please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. Three relationship profits. Brunch with the boys, we the highest. Brunch with the boys.
Jezzy coming to you guys virtual. This COVID-19 is all in, so Brunch with the Boys wanted to be with you today. What's going on, fellas?
Easy. What's good, everybody? You already know what we do. Got the drinks up. We get the drinks up, fella. Like a quick coat.
Yes, sir.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? Stay safe out here, man.
It's Mr. Jen out here, man, and I'm trying to duck Corona. I'm trying to make sure it don't find a brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep your shades up, baby. Keep your head covered.
It's 9 o'clock at night. He got on the aviators, y'all.
Yeah. It's totally dark outside.
But I'm out here, though.
Yeah.
I'm out here.
You're actually inside, motherfucker. You're inside.
Everybody is.
I'm in here.
Everybody is.
What we talking about tonight?
Man, we just want to get back into really what's going on right now. You know, we want to stay relevant and keep up with everything that's going on with this coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And just talking about the things that we're dealing with all these changes in society. You know, toilet paper right now is gold. If you got that, you know what I mean, that's better than money right now.
Everybody's seen the memes with the dude on the corner selling toilet paper like dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
and
real
paper
life.
towel, you know what I'm saying? If you got that, that's nice too.
Plenty of vitamins in the store. Plenty of vitamins to protect you and boost your immune system. But
you should though.
Lysol is on is in such a demand that Amazon was selling a single can for $58.
I saw that on the news.
That's crazy, bro.
Wow. Somebody bought it too.
And I know someone bought it.
Oh, somebody.
I would have probably bought it, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I would have framed it and I would have stunted on these bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do.
No, you would have used it. You would have used it. That's what you did.
Hey, so I guess the first thing is we want to talk about how, COVID is impacted. And guys, let me give the listeners a little preface on this. And fellas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we want to talk about COVID in this whole situation we're in, kind of this totality, right? Because I think we talked about specifically just kind of interpersonal relationships before, but I think for this show we want to focus on how it's impacting your life, correct?
Yeah, man. There are a lot of changes going on right now, man. The loss of work. They said there's a record-breaking 6.6 million Americans who filed for unemployment. That's crazy numbers, man.
It's not the highest though, because that's only about 4.4%. However, it's ridiculous.
I think
right
they
now,
know.
Comparison to what it
the
was.
article I read said that was the high. This was the record.
Maybe in 1 week. Maybe in 1 week. Because unemployment's been at like 6%.
Yeah, it's been crazy
before. But that's a crazy amount at one time.
Oh yeah.
Undoubtedly.
So we've been blessed to have stability throughout all of this. But there's some people who are struggling, and this stimulus check that has been approved is going to be a lifeline.
Somewhat of a lifeline. I don't think it's enough to make the impact that they're looking for, but for those who are recently unemployed, they'll absolutely accept anything.
That value money.
Yeah, for real.
Another couple months of rent.
Not eating today. Yeah,
it make a difference.
It may not cover rent, but it would definitely cover food. And I'd imagine at this time, lenders are being very lenient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
They can't make these payments, but Things are crazy, man.
I got a petition in my email about trying to get student loans waived and during these time periods and possibly for an extended period of time.
It was actually approved. The
that's wonderful.
September 30th.
Exactly, Daz, for an emergency relief forbearance. You can tell those of us that are making use of it because he
let me tell you, I'm gonna call him immediately. Trust me.
Well, you don't even have to do anything. I got an email.
It's already been implemented. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You have to call to cancel it. They said you can't resume if you want it. They put it backwards on us. Hey, listen, we may never get that one again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to pay us, call us.
Hey, you guys know what's crazy. So, just I work in the medical field now, and I worked in the hospitality industry for many years, and I'm getting a lot of text messages and emails from folks I used to work with that either they were furloughed or as folks working in HR and legal, they were part of furloughing a large number of people. I mean, hundreds of thousands, right? And I had a friend of mine just tonight. I just noticed it before the podcast, who actually texted me and said, "Hey, is there any way you can find me anything at your company, because I just got furloughed or laid off." And so it's really, really impacting people. I guess, I'm curious as to what even Disney, I heard just this week, Disney furloughed a large percentage of their population. And so it's just interesting to see what different organizations are doing, to try to maintain, the organizational health, fiscally speaking. You know what I mean?
There's a number of organizations that are looking to just take the hours worked and reduce that significantly to part-time, and that goes for salaried and hourly employees, so that they can save a certain percentage and stay liquid as an organization. And I think I like that because people are still getting a paycheck, people still at work, and they rather that than even a furlough when you're not going to get anything, right? So there's different ways to skin this cat, and I just hope that all these organizations are looking out for their employees' best interest. And I know they are. I mean, there's a lot of CEOs foregoing their bonuses, their salaries for a year, and that shows just an exemplary response to all the shit that's happening.
There's another side to it that someone is thinking immediately, and that is those motherfuckers should. They often make a bulk of the money.
Oh, I agree.
And they reap from the success of the overall company, and the levels below them aren't getting those type of bonuses. So when they do it so willingly, I always laugh. And if someone says, "Yeah, great job," no, they have it to make. So we're talking about people who are making $500,000 bonus.
Yeah, I know, but there's been people who've been crucified, dog, for all their executive team still getting the bonus even when their company is struggling.
Yeah,
like there's a side of that too.
Yeah, you're right. That's another issue, just entirely.
I agree that executives who make a substantial salary should be willing to forego some of that salary for the greater good. But I don't think it's because, and I don't think you were saying this, Jezzy, but here's the thing, people pay, like I think that those executives, I think they earn their salaries, right? Because here's the thing. It's very easy to say, and I'm going to make an example, and I've never worked fast food, so if I offend anybody out there, that is not my intention. I'm trying to make a point. But it's like saying, oh man, why does that manager of the McDonald's make 45 grand, but the nigga's sweating over the fries and the burgers for 10 hours a day, making $7 an hour, right? It's because that nigga sweating over the fries and burgers all day only got to worry about his little fucking piece of the pie, right? He only got to worry about making sure he don't burn his fucking burger and making sure he don't burn these fries. That's a very singular task, right? That manager of that McDonald's got to worry about why the fuck Shaniqua ain't coming to work on time? Why is Darius late? Why the new nigga back there burning the hamburgers and the fries when he only got 2 things to do today? She got a lot more responsibility. And if fucking McDonald's don't get no money, corporate calling her ass or whoever owns that shit like, yo, why you ain't making me no money? And her ass is grass. Darius can burn 5 hamburgers.
More replaceable, obviously, as well. Yeah. So, there are more things that obviously come with it. And I agree with all of that. You know, I just don't want to glorify them sacrificing a salary when their bonus oftentimes is quadruple anyone's salary in the company, you know, on any given year. But you know,
Respect.
Yeah,
on
there's
another note,
crazy
I
bonuses
think
out there.
where the loss of job hurts more is when it comes to your relationship, because you know there are many people who there isn't any compromise that can do. There isn't any furlough, and they just can't work right now, and they have to go home and being unable to feed their children and things of that nature. That's where things get tough, you know. And I know there's a lot of food banks out here at elementary schools if you check your local listings, but you know, to me that hurts the relationship, because is it fair to look at a man or a woman and say, "Man, you're not providing right now," when this is something that you could have never anticipated, an epidemic, something that comes once in a lifetime, if ever.
No, I
So,
wouldn't say once in a lifetime. It feels like this is every political year almost. It was SARS one year, bruh. It was Ebola another
You want some
year.
yeah,
Like,
conspiracy theory shit?
yeah,
no,
but
I'm just I'm just saying the
no,
truth, bruh. Like,
that's not true. I don't think anything has been like this.
This year?
Yeah,
No.
not,
Ebola and all that shit didn't that shit was easy not to get. You know what I'm saying, niggas? It didn't come over. You know what I'm saying?
he was
So
dodging it like this, huh?
you can tell a nigga who got Ebola. Like when you walk by him, you don't have to
Look
read
at it.
the
Yeah,
symptoms are
like this. Hey,
asymptomatic. You
boy,
know what
that
I
boy
mean?
got
Like,
Ebola. Let me
yeah,
sidestep him.
but you can walk by, boy, he got Ebola. I gotta leave. You know what I mean? See
Not
what
not not many of them niggas made it out. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I definitely
D,
agree.
so what's your thoughts on what Jeezy said, man? On basically the impact on relationships and and is it fair to be viewed in any negative light um, based off of the situation?
I think anybody in a relationship with someone who you know has brought negativity or said some foul shit to them because of loss of employment or compensation during this time and strictly because of COVID, I think they wasn't really fucking with you anyway.
Yeah.
They was waiting for some shit to
Agreed.
pop up on you about, or they regularly on you about some shit, right? Because anybody in their right mind in a relationship with somebody they love and care about is not about to ride their ass because they lost their job due to something completely outside of their control. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
you know, for me, if that man or that woman's riding you about not being able to provide, or nigga, you ain't got no motherfucking money, nigga. Like that bitch, she not for you. She not for you. She don't really love you. She love what you could do for her, and that's not what you need.
I think at this time, you really, even if you're not happy, you're often gonna stay close, you know, because these are times where you don't know what's gonna happen. And, you know, even if your relationship's on rocky ground, I think if you have kids together, you're gonna hunker down and like, hey, put that to the side right now and let's just be family, because the truth is you never know what's promised. And
That's all we got.
it's crazy, you know. I'm not in the NBA or anything like that, but I follow
Nigga,
basketball.
we know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
Listen, listen, and I ball is life. You already know. One thing that was real with me was Towns Jr. Towns from Minnesota.
Carl Towns.
Yeah, Carl Towns.
Yeah.
And when his mom had it, I was like, man,
Oh, I didn't know that.
a hit like that, and you would think she's isolated, she's wealthy, she's safe, right? You know what I mean? And now here she's in the hospital holding on for her life in a coma and
Oh,
everything.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, his
hmm
mom was in a coma. It was induced because she was having such uh tough, severe conditions.
That, bro.
Yeah, man. So
Damn.
you start to be like, man, this really is real. You know what I mean? And it can hit anyone. You know, and I don't know,
His mom.
man. I
His
think
his
the
mom
time
got to be young.
relationship stuff to the side and try to, you know, just stick together, get, you know, be cool and cordial and get past this, you know.
It really, I think it says a lot about your character based off of how you respond to adversity. And so, really, you're gonna show your true colors at this moment, right? And and it's sad, but I believe that there's gonna be a lot of ill shit that happens because of this, the repercussions as a repercussion of this pandemic. So I think that we just need to wait and see. But I guarantee you, there's people out there that they're not showing the best version of themselves right now because homeboy lost his job and Now it's just like, I feel like everything got to come on me. So why don't you sit here with these kids and homeschool them? And he over here like, I've never had to do that before. And now he's starting to realize what a teacher's job looks like. And shout out to all the teachers, because I think this is so perfect right now. This is a perfect platform this is a perfect platform for teachers to get paid what they deserve, because it's not an easy job, and all the parents are feeling it. And I'm telling you, they're about to boil over, right? So now he's out here tripping, sitting here with the kids, and the stress and the anxiety between both of them, and that friction is getting hot enough to start a fire. And will it burn your relationship down, or will there be something to extinguish it? Is really what you gotta say.
What was that, man? We see me out here with me. Burn your relationship down. So we're gonna let that slide.
I'm not here.
We see you, Jet. We see you.
Yeah, that was tough to hear. But unfortunately, you are right. Even with that weak ass analogy, that
God dang. I mean, you ain't gonna. How you gonna build me up and tear me down in the same sentence?
No,
God dang.
Real. It's real stuff right now. What's going on, and I don't know, man. You know, you would think, and at this point, anyone would just be more understanding and not stay petty, and because who would want to be in a position where they can't provide. So I just think everyone needs to be empathetic, and we need to get through this. And if we see 6 rolls of toilet paper, don't get all 6 packs. Maybe, I don't know, get 3, 4. Okay, 4 is fine. But man, definitely leave at least 1, man. Come on, you can't get them all.
Hey, let me piggyback off something. You know, I don't know if it was, I think both of you might have touched on it, but here's the interesting thing, right? I think a lot of people, and it's because it's what's in front of us, right? And it's how we're going to deal with the actual virus, right? And surviving this, right? And most of us, the vast majority of us will, but a lot of people won't, right? There's 300 some odd million people in the United States, right? And so if you're looking at what the mortality rate for this disease is, I think it's about 3%, 3 point something percent, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit, if we got 300 plus million people, you talking a lot of people, right? And so I think it's important to recognize that. What'd you say?
Hard to do the math right now.
Hey, why you
don't do it like that, dog.
Jet, you know he wanted us to let him off the hook, right? I saw the face he made. Look, if we had only audio, we would have never seen. You saw it in his eyes, right? He did the math over that. It didn't add up.
Oh, listen, Negroes, okay? The big thing is,
we know you got a JD, dog. We know.
Hey, man,
how you get
listen, I do words, baby, not numbers.
No. Hey, I heard you.
But listen, I think the thing I was going to get to, the point I was getting to was, the fucking economic impact of this on the back end. Once we get through the point where we scared of shit, we're not trying to get sick, and we're not trying to have respiratory issues. Once we get through that, dealing with all the people who lost their job, people getting hired back, thousands.
The rebound is crazy.
Right, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people late on their student loans, late on their mortgage, late on their car payments. Like, the world's gonna be crazy.
Well, the student loan thing was a good plan and well implemented quickly, giving you till September. I think that should be sufficient as far as keeping everybody there. So I think that's one area where I believe we are now good.
Yeah.
And many loan and lenders, like I said, are giving you lenience as far as your mortgage and definitely on like your car loans.
Yeah.
And things
the thought process right now is if truly, April 30th or the end of April is truly when, Trump is able to get people back to work, the impact still, the forecasters say it's still going to take anywhere from 12 to 18 months to even recoup, right? And that's that date. It passed any further than that, and we going into a Q3 loss, and for many organizations, dude, you're looking at 2 years plus before you're able to recoup that. That hurts, man. And there's a little concern on that shit, bro.
You know what I heard? Now I haven't verified this, right? Because there's so many different things, right? You got CNN and MSNBC and Fox and everything in between. But I believe that Dr. Anthony Fauci, who was leading the COVID task force for the White House on this, said that they anticipate a strong possibility that this, as we get on the other side of this in June, right, and we start to get through that they think it's going to start to pick back up around October, November, unfortunately. So
and that's because we're going to force getting back out there to restart things for the fear of loss of you know what I mean, income and what have you. And here we are, we're going to repeat it and maybe worsen it then.
It's a lose-lose situation, bro. I don't care what
you
say.
Take the loss on the front end.
You're gonna take a loss any way it goes, bro. Any way it goes, you're gonna take a loss.
Though. There's still a choice, though. Again, are we gonna take the loss with lives, or are we gonna take the loss with money? We take the loss
when people can't eat, nigga. That's gonna be a problem too at some point.
So
they say Canada is giving $8,000, $2,000 a month for 4 months, and then the U.S. is giving that shitty ass $1,200.
Hey.
And I'm not saying it's not nothing.
Way more people.
Way more people. So I definitely hear you on that, and I should take that back to an extent, but I don't know, man. You know, you pay taxes for your whole life. I pay insurance my whole life. Never really had any ailments. You know, you should feel like something is there for you. You know what I mean? In these times where, and in a sense, what we're doing, those responsible contributors to society, we almost financing all the shit for those people who at home and was already Section 8, and they're getting a check the same way, and they was never doing shit. You know what I mean?
I always wanted to have a little Section 8
bitter
check.
because I'm not, but it is kind of crazy that in these times everyone's on the same level as far as what you receive, whereas, you know what I mean, those who have been given and not taken out of the pot, you know what I mean, but putting in, maybe we should get a little bit more out the pot. Is that a fair thing?
I think we got to be. I think if you're talking about folks who have lived on public assistance for a long time and haven't used it what it's supposed to be used for, then for that specific circumstance, I agree with you. And while I didn't grow up on food stamps or anything else, I grew up poor. Like I say that shit. Like we ain't had no bread. You know what I'm saying? And so when let me tell you when a nigga really know when Biggie say sewing tigers on my shirts and alligators, you want to see the inside. I see you later. Here comes the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. But let me tell you something. That's real fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
I had XJ900s, bro, that looked like Charles Barkley's, bro. I understand the game.
Fuck it out back, so you don't gotta tell me. I had the Patrick Ewing's in the running shoe version. With the 33 in a running shoe, and he played basketball. Never ran a day in his life.
Hey, but Jezzy, what's worse? Having them number 33 Patrick Ewing's in a running shoe, or having your shit say Patrick Ewing, but it say 34. Which one worse?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that B. I'm gonna take B. But dog, you know what? I take A and B, dog. Let me tell you, when you go to school in Patrick Ewing's and the kids have Nike and they know your shit is shit, well, it's a certain level of disrespect that you have to endure. You know what I mean? Willingly, and you can't even argue with them because it was a code that you abide by low key in your heart as well. You just can't uphold it. You know.
So you know what's so funny about that? I was having a conversation with somebody about that because this will kind of get back to the point I was about to make. But I remember I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed with my health and my family and my ability to earn income and much in a much better position than I thought I would have been in 10, 12 years from now, right? When that nigga Gent pulled me into something when I was on a different path in my life, right? But I will say, there's things that I did when I was a kid because of what we're talking about. Dude, like I remember as a kid, did not having money and going to school, niggas like, nigga, what you wearing? And I remember being like, man, like getting to a point in my life, many times I was like, man, if I can come up on a nigga, I'm finna come up. You know what I'm saying? And so, to a point now where like I'm watching news sometimes and I can't believe they would rob somebody for their sneakers. Right? Like it's so funny how fast that shit changed. But I think, for me, I want to get back to the social programs because I would tell you guys, like, for me, and I know we don't get politics on here, but I would tell you, like, I'm really an independent, right? Because socially, I'm very, very moderate, right? I believe anybody should do what the hell they want to do as long as it's not infringing on some shit that I think is weird, right? But fiscally, typically, I don't agree with giving my money to motherfuckers that don't do nothing for themselves, right? So, like, I got a problem with that when it comes to kind of direct payouts. But I can tell you with like a lot of programs, like after school programs, little sports programs, and we had community centers. And like Kevin Durant's where I'm from, so is Mike Beasley. And they put a lot of money together, and they built this huge, giant, beautiful rec center. But my point is, those are also social programs. So that's why I said too, I think it's something to be said for helping people that don't have the ability to help themselves as much as they should. But I'm a proponent of doing things for people like programs, places for kids to go. We handing out meals after school. I like that shit better than I like handing niggas that been living on Section 8 for 12 years another $1,200 check. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that.
What it comes down to is the kids. They're getting the money because the kids don't deserve to suffer because of the parents, lack thereof. So ultimately, and then people just have kids and kids and kids and kids, and then people who do that and take advantage of the system. So that's another topic. But it is affecting these times a bit, and they're just I read a couple of articles where that came up specifically around this, you know what I mean? So you pouring up over that, Jan.
Can we hear them?
Hey. Oh man, I finished my drink over here. I'm feeling real nice over here, man. A little cognac, calm me down. Man, this cabin fever. How you guys over there with the cabin fever? You feeling okay?
Bruh, this shit lead to depression for me. Like if you're someone who typically is on the go, or it's the reason why you're on the go is it's a way for you to manage the ebb and flow of your emotion and your mental state. And that's me. So for me, it could lead into a slippery slope where a brother could be in another space in a little bit. Like I'm starting to feel the effects, and I'm just being transparent in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think for me, what's helped me a lot is, first of all, I just been really busy with work. You know what I mean? Like I go in my office at 7:30, 8 in the morning. I don't eat lunch, and I don't even finish till 5 or 6. Like I've been working, so that's helped during the day. And on the weekends, I'm fortunate enough. I got a son who is he's young, but he's a pretty hardy kid. And so just being able to go out and play basketball. We got a little slab and stuff, so being able to go out and play basketball. We ride our bikes. We'll throw the football around. We got a volleyball course. We play that. So just being able to get out the house. As soon as I get up in the morning, I'm looking for a reason to go shoot, walk around. Let's go take a walk. Let's go ride our bikes.
Walk has been my thing. I've been taking a walk, a 3.5 miles walk every day.
Same here.
Push-ups, calisthenics, all that's big right now.
Every day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be in better shape.
That's how it happens. That's how it happens. And that's what I've been trying to focus on, not snacking. I know home a lot. So, it's easy to want to snack something up. And, the problem there is don't buy it. People always say, how do you not eat it? Don't buy it,
We know Jent know that.
Oh, God, don't do me like that, man. Come on,
man.
Listeners,
look at my eyes. And Jezzy on the co-sign. That nigga don't be having no good snacks. If Jent got the good snacks, he purposely bought the good snacks for me and Jent. He don't keep the good snacks. You come over my house and go in the cupboard. Me and Jezzy's cupboards look very similar.
Okay? I know, dog.
Jent cupboard don't
snacked up. You can tell we have kids over there in our pantries on a regular basis.
It's true, but let me tell you what was cool today. I did something cool, man. Paint Night does a virtual platform now, so that you can't get together. But I went to Walmart. I had my gloves on, hand sanitizer, went over there, got some supplies and shit.
Have you seen the masks these days that everyone's making?
Dude, I got a Gator mask right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I saw a whole t-shirt mask.
Represent. But I did a virtual.
Okay,
you got the rattling now? Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
I went to a paint night and I did it with my fam, and we just went in and we was in there. It was interactive. We could talk to the instructor, and we came out with some fire stuff, bro.
Shout out to Pain with a Twist for being creative, not only to really help us keep our sanity, but to also continue to earn a living over there. I ain't mad at you. Get your money. Get your money. I'm not mad at you. Boy, virtual paint night. Bitch, please. Bitch at the house and they draw was like, hey, paint it like this, dog. Paint it like this. Nah, I'm not
Real
mad
talk.
at all.
What do you think about the singles, D? Like, if they have a loss of income, do you think that's impacting their relationships in any way, shape, or form, or you think probably because of that status, it's really not the same value or impact? What you think?
Say that one more time for me.
So, like for the singles, so we were talking about, man, if we live together and we're sharing a household, and I lose my job, and the trickle down effect of what that what that could look like.
You got to leave. Mm-hmm.
You got to leave. God, dang. So as soon as he loses his job was not important enough for him to actually have got it saved. So therefore, I got to cut this dude off the roster.
No, I think, and I don't know if I'm getting the whole question. I think being single and having to deal with some of this stuff is a little bit more difficult. I think when you have, whether you have a significant other, whether you have a family or what that is, I think when you have other people around you, that can take the edge off of being in the house or having that cabin fever, right? Because you got some different folks to interact with. If you just in the house by yourself and you can't go anywhere, man, that shit is tough. That'll have you out here doing some dumb shit. And let me tell you another thing they said too. It's interesting because one side of this is folks who are losing their jobs and being furloughed. And then you have another side of folks who have disposable income and they're spending a lot of money. Now, the ratios are skewed, right? But folks spending more money because they're stuck in the house. And they said that, interestingly enough, that I just lost it. I had just read it, guys, so forgive me. But not only was spending up, but that for the others on the other side of this thing, right? When folks are still trying to recuperate from the fiscal impact of this pandemic, what they said is that a lot of folks are going to benefit, some who have disposable income and maybe some who don't, from a lot of these low interest rate loans, because they basically said for small businesses, for individuals, getting 30, 40, 50 grand with a 2 or 3% interest rate.
Agreed.
Is going to be very, very simple for a lot of people. So, but that could be a gift and a curse for a lot of
because the first thing that I did, dog, was I took some grands and then I started buying stock. I mean, I started going to all the cruise lines once they sunk, and hospitality, and really just cashing in on their 52-week lows, dog, and really praying for the uptick a year down the road, 2 years. I'm just gonna hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? So you if you have that disposable income, you can come up, right? That's also a good fact. Yeah.
Agreed.
So that just comes down to something you said earlier to me, Gent, about using this time to plan for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about these low interest loans and the potential that could bring for the future, as far as maybe building a better future than you had previously before the virus. Come up with that plan. Get to working on that. You know what I mean?
I agree, dog. We were supposed to all go to Colombia, man.
I'm still going to July, motherfucker.
I know we're gonna go in July, but I was so looking. It's so crazy how you set something months in advance, and I was so looking forward to going. It's that same impact, and so disappointed when it didn't happen, right? But it's that same impact. You're gonna feel how low you feel right now, but you can set yourself up in a way where you have something to look forward to, and it can help you now. Because if you have something to look forward to, you see a light at the end of the tunnel. So I feel like, man, if there's trips that you wanted to do that you couldn't do right now, these tickets are so stupid low right now. They're still gonna honor it even if it's 6 months in advance.
Right.
You can do the things that you never could do before now, and give yourself something to look forward to, and pick yourself up emotionally now. Shit, D, what you think?
But Jen, let me say this real quick though. Just play devil's advocate. You talking like a nigga that make decent money and still got his job. You see what I'm saying?
Respect, but you could go to Hawaii for $200 these days.
Hey, Gento, $200 to a nigga that ain't got it might as well be $2 million.
Yeah.
Respect.
No, but you're right, because I was thinking about that, and I already started saving the moment I understood what was coming. The deferments is here, the forbearance is there, and I intend to take full advantage.
Yeah, I
And
feel you on that
get a
one.
nice little nest egg to maybe travel with, maybe make some life-altering decisions, and changes.
I can't stand
So,
you. I
this
can't
put
stand
this
you.
can put you in a position to really do what you wanted to do with your life. You know what I mean? Maybe maybe your finances are intertwined in a way that, you know, is making life tough for you, and you want to separate in that situation. Maybe you wanted to save up to get a jump start into going off to school, or you know what I mean? You need that
Yeah.
money right now. Take advantage of these situations to put yourself, especially like you said, if you're still working and blessed to be. So, as I
Hmm.
said earlier, we're all blessed to still have, that stability and not have it interrupted. But there are a lot of people who don't.
Yeah.
So you make plans, for that side hustle for the future.
Hmm. I agree.
So,
And
You know,
Jet would
there's
know
another
about that with them future ass sunglasses he got on right now.
dude. I'm like I said, I'm just trying to hide from Corona, bro.
And
She be looking for me,
when you rap,
and
you sound like Future too. Shout out to Future. I always be fucking with Future about the way he flow, but sometimes that shit be in my head stuck all the time. You know what I mean? It's weird how that goes.
yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
catchy
yeah. You
these
know
days.
what's funny though, and not funny in the same breath? It's just I think it's more astounding of a fact that during this time, there's projections that domestic violence is going to be on the rise, child abuse is going to be on the rise, every type of abuse, verbal, physical,
Why is that?
mental, emotional. Just because you're not used to having to deal with that person full on. Like, believe it or not, dude, I think many people in life sidestep a lot of things, and they have the ability to sidestep when you have that space
When you
and you have
use
that
work,
freedom.
would you say that you've done that? Used work to sidestep other responsibilities in your life?
Dude, there's so many people that use work to have to probably say, I could focus on this so I don't have to deal with how I feel about this. And yeah, I think that is. And I think that there's a lot of people who are not having to used to dealing with their kids because they're in school. And in the summers, they have plans and whatever the case may be. There's no plan for your plan right now. You can't find nanny services. You can't find childcare.
You wouldn't
You
trust
can't
that
find.
hoe anyway. You
I
wouldn't trust
know
her.
exactly. You as soon as she sneezes, you be like, man, you got that Rona, right?
Like,
So
hell yeah, you done killed the
it's
whole
exactly.
household right there.
Exactly, dog. Like, so there's people when you open the door, dog, they got a head scan thermometer these days,
Yeah.
checking before that your temperature right before you can even enter anywhere.
We do that in
Days.
my
It's
job.
serious. Yeah, it's serious. So to be honest with you, if you're not having to deal with your kids and now they're in your face all day long and they getting on your nerves, they have the opportunity to get on your nerves way more often than they typically could. It's going to lead to some screaming matches, sit your ass down, say something else, wait till
I
I
think it
find
really
you.
comes down to
You
what you said earlier about how your relationship was with your kids prior to.
Yeah.
Because I'm very active in my kids' lives, and they know me. So there's not going to be really a lot of that, what you described to me as far as the yelling or what have you. I mean, yeah, I have to raise my voice because I think at certain times, kids right now, they're restless and, they're getting lazy. Sometimes they're just laying around. You got to make their ass move. And I hate a lazy person in general. So I'm not going to allow my kids to be lazy. So sometimes I yell just to spark a quick fire under them. I'm a passionate person and they know that. But I think it depends on your relationship because if you already
Agreed.
had a good one with your kids, you're having fun. I'm enjoying my kids. My son
Me
doesn't even
too.
want to play Madden with me anymore because I have whooped him so many times in Madden and 2K. Anytime I bring up the game, he wants to play a game that I've never played just so he can
Hey,
get he wants to play Jump Force now, Jen, and I know you know about that. And
Hey, but
Super
I
Smash.
whoop them in there. So if
Yeah,
anything happens, call me over, bro.
I don't
You know
even
what I mean?
know the game, and that's why he wants to play me. He wants to take advantage. So, I'm getting closer to my kids in certain ways. Talking to my daughter, she's created a little cookbook she started making, and you're seeing how creative your kids are, and it's just good times. So
can
I'm
she cook?
enjoying my time.
Can she cook?
Yeah, they cooked dinner 3 times last week,
She
and
cook better than her mama.
I mean, she learned from her mama and her daddy, so she's a good combination. She actually
good though. She good.
Yeah, she fried the hell out of that chicken the other day.
Really?
Yeah, man. And she fried pork chops a few days later. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. Dog, she
I'm
does
impressed.
good. And she made some ribs the other day, seasoned it and everything.
What?
Put it in the fridge earlier.
You
And
set up her future dude for a great
then
success.
she put it in there, and she started writing up the recipes, and she loves to bake. So because I found a bundt cake. I seen a picture of Dada Gent, and for her daughter's birthday, they got anything but bundt cake, red velvet. You already know that's life right there with those surprise chocolate
Brunch
chips.
with the boys.
Oh my goodness,
Hey,
man.
listen. Hey,
So,
anything but bundt cake, man. You need to be our sponsor. How much we love y'all. I'll tell you that right now.
love y'all. Real talk. I wish there was one in my county, you know, because I would go. I looked it up the other day. And I was like, man, I might drive an hour for it. Like it was.
I think one's coming. I think one's coming.
Yeah. So it's
coming.
crazy, man. But you know, something you mentioned earlier about people coming over and taking their temperature, and this was the next topic for me, is the social distancing thing and how crazy it is. There are some Publixes in Miami where they're only allowing a certain amount of people in the store, so you having to wait in line outside before you can even get in. You know, they haven't been doing that here in Central Florida, as far as I know. But the mask wearing, the line, the sticker line behind which you can stand behind the person next, you know, and checkout. So it's kind of crazy. You know, everyone's trying to take the right precautions, and you can tell the people that don't care because they walk in real close to you for no reason. Like, hey, man, you know, you saw me take the turn right. You know what I'm saying? Like, go left, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys been going through that?
Yeah, they're definitely doing that. So I had to run to Academy the other day, which I still can't for the life of me understand why they're open. I don't understand why Academy Sports. Yeah, Academy Sports is essential.
Why would they be open? What did you need that you needed right now? That's the better question.
They ain't got shit but sporting gear, clothes, and guns. Maybe it's the guns they sell.
It's the guns, bro.
They make, even before you walk into the store, they only allow a certain amount of people in the store. I mean, when I finally got into the store, it couldn't have been more than 15 people in the store, right? You guys know how big an Academy Sports is. And so, and before you went in, I had to wait in the line. So when somebody would walk out, we would wait till they cleared. They would say, the girl would say, okay, if somebody was coming out, she would say, please wait to the side. Somebody else would walk in. She would say, now you can come. I mean, she was damn directing traffic. So, and I also heard about Miami too, that if you don't have, like, they're starting to give out, I don't know if it starts Monday or next week, but if you're not wearing a mask, they're
not fucking with you.
They're giving you tickets.
Wow. It's getting serious, and I think it needs to get serious. And I think it needs to get serious for a specified period of time. Like, if we got lockdown serious for a month, that would give every individual to go through their phases, get medical help, aka potentially die off as well, unfortunately. And then, I know I don't want to say it, but it's the truth. And then we can control it, though. But I'm just saying, but we can control it then. You know what I'm saying? And then we can get back to rebuilding life, bro.
Look, here's what's going to happen. And people don't want to hear this, but it's just the real, you know, working in the medical field. You know, I talk to I work with doctors and nurses very, very closely on a regular basis. And so, you know, here's the thing. I shouldn't say everyone, right? Never say ever, never say all. A vast majority of people are going to catch this coronavirus at some point. It's like saying, I'm going to do everything I can to not catch the flu. You can mitigate your chances of catching the flu by washing your hands and things like that. But at the end of the day, you can't really control whether or not you catch the flu, because all it takes is for you to touch something that someone who was this precaution touched, and your immune system isn't ready to defend that flu, even if it was the other 6 that tried to hit you. So it's the same thing with coronavirus. The whole reason for the social distancing and the flattening of the curve, right, is to ensure that there are vaccines and treatments if and when folks catch it. So you're going to catch it, right? Like, and if I haven't had it, I'm probably going to catch it too. It's just you want to catch it 6 months, 4 months, 3 months down the line when they got a chance to work this motherfucker. You catch it right now and they don't know what the fuck is going on, you're not going to have as good a chance as 3-4 months from now, when they give your ass 3
It's a-
pills, they take this every
it's
other
agreed.
day, it's gonna be fine.
I
So
agree.
yeah, but you can't avoid it. I mean, I'm trying to say you're gonna avoid this. So what you gonna do, right? Because here's the thing, right? You got all these people with coronavirus. You can't sanitize a fucking city, like not effectively, right? You can't
Jamaica
wipe
tried.
down every damn handle. So as soon as and Jezzy mentioned it before, and this is why Fauci's talking about this uptick, because as soon as motherfuckers come out the house and touch that one fucking banister no one wiped down, or that doorknob, or one motherfucker that didn't get tested, who didn't feel any symptoms, who has it, and he's your friend, or you hoop with this nigga, now you got it. That quick. Because, and that's the thing about this, why Ebola was so different, right? Because nigga with Ebola looked like he got Ebola, right?
Hey, listen, when your arm is eating itself, I'm not going next to you, buddy.
You know what I mean? But Jit not played basketball a couple weeks ago. Any one of them niggas could have had. Nobody's out there coughing or looking sick.
Don't do me like that, though.
Don't make me feel like that. Had it. Any one of them.
I might ball tomorrow by accident, though. I'm not sure.
I haven't balled in weeks, man. I've been shooting outside though, just to keep the jumper wet, but I haven't had competition.
I might come with one game.
But man, I miss movie theaters too right now, man. So many movies were canceled. Quiet Place 2 was about to come out, and I was really looking forward to that. It came out that Friday, and then it came out of the theaters immediately. And now they're talking about streaming new movies.
They got to.
Instant Trolls 2 is coming out. I know it's a kids movie, but we all have families, and they're actually streaming it directly now. You can just pay for it. Trolls 2 that was coming out in the theaters Friday. It's going straight to stream, and
that's what they need to
have
do,
movie nights at home and really switch it up.
That's the way that AMC and all these other movie theaters can still create their revenue stream. There's ways, if they get creative enough, there's ways for the economy to still survive in certain sectors, right? In certain sectors, it can still survive, bro.
That's
Let's
real.
be honest,
and that's what they're doing in the restaurant world right now. Everything's delivery.
Yeah, they ain't falling off. I need to be an Uber Eats driver service. Because they got to be making cash right now. Uber Eats driver.
Drive-through right now. They said they're going to hit an all-time high on revenue. Zaxby's drive-through jumping.
I think that's probably true for restaurants who were kind of grab and goes anyway, like a Zaxby's or like a pizza place. But like Cooper's Hawk, like where people, because here's the thing, like Cooper's Hawk, you go to Cooper's Hawk because you want to sit down and enjoy the ambiance and enjoy an experience. Like I can tell you, I'm a Cooper's Hawk guy.
At home. Yeah,
I love going to Cooper's Hawk. But if I can't go to Cooper's Hawk, I ain't ordering no fucking takeout from Cooper. Not as much as they fucking charge.
Ruth Chris is the same way. You're going for the ambiance. And to be honest with you, when I talk to someone who is an executive in a restaurant, Uber Eats takes about 30%, right? So it's eroding into their profits nonetheless. I know, and I get it. But it's a way. It's business. It's a business continuity fact, right? It's a way. Yeah.
30% is a good chunk, man. That's a good chunk.
That's what I'm saying. It's a chunk.
No, I'm surprised it's that high. That was horrible negotiating on their part. 30% is high.
Uber do better. You know what I'm saying? God,
just get creative, everybody. Hold each other down, man. Life hits you with problems before. Address those suckers as you need to, and prioritize the ones that need to wait. Live life, man. Stay active. Drink water. If you have some trusted cut at the house, cut it up, And ladies, if you're mad at him and you're not feeling everything, listen, come on, man. This could be the end of all times. You could catch it and die. Is that how you want to die with no D in your life? So do something different.
Listen, I agree. Do something different. All the nasty, freakiest things that you said you would never do. This is the perfect time. As long as she doesn't throw this in your face later on in life. Like what was that boxer that he divorced his girl and he wore panties. Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh yeah.
And he thought he was safe, but as soon as the divorce came, he was like, "You panty wearing mother." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the pink.
A lot of men don't open up. That's why a lot of men aren't vulnerable, and because of that right there, because a woman will do that. And I've witnessed that on several occasions where a woman, no, seriously, where a woman was upset. Oh my gosh. And I'll never forget it. The first time I was in college and a homegirl and a homeboy, they were all of our friends. They were a couple. And my homeboy always used to talk about how he don't eat the cat. And we all knew he was probably eating the cat. Nigga talk about not eating it so much, he eating it. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about basketball. How'd that come up? You know what I'm saying? So she, as soon as they break up, she comes to the apartment, my place, because he's over there, and she's screaming outside because he's sometimes at my spot, sometimes at one of the neighbors. And she's screaming outside about, oh, and you pussy eating ass nigga this and that. And they lying, you eat the ass too. And she going in, and he's next to me. So we all looking at him at this point like, damn, dog. So I thought she said, you know what I mean? So, you know, women will, you know, they'll put you out there like that. You know, I don't think a man would do you like that.
Amber Rose. Remember Amber Rose? Remember Amber Rose said Kanye Amber Rose said Kanye like a finger to his booty.
Yeah. Notice he never said anything about her, and I'm sure she was on some kinky shit.
Yeah. I believe her though. I believe her.
I mean, why wouldn't you believe her? Everybody likes all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Dang.
I know what in my mind I can think of the nastiest thing, and that's what Gent's thinking. You know what I mean? Oh man,
Fudsicle Fridays.
Oh man, that's Monday.
But it's all right though.
Pudding pops always. A little pudding pop. No, thank you.
Not the Matumbo.
No more.
Not in here.
I don't like this.
Not in my house. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Brunch with the boys. Y'all know where y'all can find us. Everybody stay safe out there. Y'all got anything to say to the people?
Yeah, man. This is Gent, man. You can find us on every podcast platform. We'll put this on YouTube. We'll get this on the gram. We'll get this on Facebook. Just another way for us to kind of support the efforts that, you know, to kind of get us over this hurdle.
To entertain, man. You know.
Yeah.
Enjoy life, man. Best of it.
Let us know if y'all like this too. Let us know if y'all like Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Let us know, because
some of that shit right there. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Was he voguing? I mean,
he was voguing ever since.
Back to life. We're showing our age right there.
I'm surprised there ain't no cocoa butter right next to all them Jordans back now. You know what I'm saying?
I
don't even know why you got J's in the office right there.
J's, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? This showing my collection.
I got those in black, man. That's crazy.
Do you?
I was about to give it to Landon. Landon grew. He almost got a size
12. You got these?
Got those.
Yeah.
Those be some good hooping shoes, but you wouldn't even hoop. You don't even know about ball.
I don't wear my nice shoes to hoop. I'm from the old school. I'm the nigga that come out here on match. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no extra shit.
No, that's not.
To sleep. I don't got all that.
I match head to toe, and I go hard. I need to look pretty while I'm talking trash.
And listen, that's your prerogative. All I'm saying is, when I grew up and where I grew up, niggas didn't wear matching outfits.
No, that's how I was too. I grew up
old t-shirt,
shorts, and a mismatched shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Hooping nonetheless. So
yeah,
that's
you get money. You want to do something for yourself. That's all.
We appreciate y'all, man. We love the listeners. We enjoy y'all. We ask that y'all continue to support us. Let us know what y'all think of this podcast and in this format. This is something, you know, we still like to get together. So we still, you know, we might not do this every time, but if this is something we can do those weeks that we're not able to podcast and get content out to you guys, you know, this is something we can do. So give us some feedback on this.
And I don't trust them, so I can't be over there. You know what I mean? I don't know what they got going on over there.
I seen that nigga like a week ago. Like,
I know I don't know why he acting like that, bro. And he the one who had all the flu symptoms.
Hey, listen, I had the legitimate flu 2.5 to 3 weeks ago. They swabbed my nose, and Buddy said, "Oh, you have the flu." He was happy too, because he looked relieved himself.
He was like,
"Yes, you have the flu." That was the first happy diagnosis of the flu.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.